It's my honor to have the presentation here. Our team is UrHome. Here is a picture that the first day I arrived in Baltimore, because I'm an international student from China, and it shows an empty house with no furniture. And it was really hard for me to, in the beginning of the semester, because I slept on the floor for the first few days till the bed arrived from the Amazon. To find this place, I spent like 2 months and searching from different tabs in the browser only to find a place like near campus. And also I'm looking for a place near the grocery store because I like cook by myself. But like the result didn't show, also unsatisfied with the result. So I'm thinking about, is there any possible ways that we can help graduate students from other countries or cities to find a house based on their preferences before they come in here? So I want to say UrHome can do that. So what's the traditional method we are now using to find a place to live? First is most students will like ask their seniors through social apps, and students will also like search online through Zillow or like Group Map or like neighborhood scout websites. And also like students can use the university offline, off-campus housing platforms. But like these methods didn't solve the problem very well. The problem is still there. Like it took like so long time for students to find an ideal house because there are so many options there. Like there are thousands of options as long as you open the website, and you need to check each of it. And the second thing is, like, if you ask current students, they have very limited information. They only know what they are living in, and they have no idea about other houses. And also, like, because you are in another city or country, you cannot take a view trip to see what the real situation about the house. If we want to understand better about the problem, I would like to have a person name of our customers. For example, my friend Robbie is a student who is coming to Johns Hopkins for next semester. Also, he is from China, and he has contacted me for several times about the housing problem. Like, he wants to know more about the housing conditions here. Like from the conversation, I found he is like a sport guy. He goes to gym 3 times a week. Also, he wants to cook food by himself. And he really care about the price near the campus. So he is looking for a roommate to share the house rent. So how can we help the students like him? Our solutions are different with the existing platforms online. We focus more on the conditions that students cares most. First is the price, then the location, so the roommates, and also the neighborhood amenities, and so on. Here is the process of our service. For example, when Robbie comes to our website, what he will do is, first, we will ask him to make a questionnaire. We will ask him some questions about what he is looking for. For example, on what traffic method he would use in daily life, and what kind of the facilities he would want to live near his home. And then we would show him the picture of the neighborhood, and in each neighborhood we will show him the crime rate, so we can make sure he is safe living this neighborhood. And if he click into the neighborhood, we can show him the list of the houses and the distance between the houses and also the campus. He can contact the real estate agents, and finally he can move into it. Here is the prototype of our website. There are mainly three parts of the information we want to show our users. The first is the map thing, and the second is the neighborhood information. The third is the housing list. In the neighborhood information, we would show them the nearby facilities like the gym, also like the grocery store, food, and also whether it is safe to live here. The second, in the map thing, we will show them the distance between the houses they are looking for and the campus, and how long it will take them to get into to get to the campus. In the house information part, we will show them more detailed information about houses and also the price. So our business plan is to have a cooperate with the real estate agents, and we can make the commission about 3 to 5% of the rent price if we help them to make the deal. Also, our website could help like local companies, for example, the gyms or the grocery stores, to show their advertisement on our website. So they have like the target customers on our website. Also, we would provide extra service for the students. For example, the students come from other countries, we can provide them airport transfer to their new home. And if they don't have any furniture, we can help them to do the furniture install. The next is, how can we enter this market? We need to connect with like two groups. The first is the students, and the second group is the houses or the house owners. To find our student group, we will take advantage of the online social medias, like the Instagram, Facebook, and WeChat, because there are a lot of student communities on these online social media. And also we could attract students offline by participating several like student orientations to attract new students coming to campus and introduce our product to them. To find house information and cooperate with the like apartment management companies, the method we use is, first we would use the web scraping to get the public information of the houses and collect it into our website. And then we will also reach out to local apartment companies to have to make a deal with the local management companies. Finally, I want to state the market size of our project. Every year, there are more than 100,000 Chinese graduates and 80,000 Indian graduates coming to United States. And if we calculate the money they will pay for renting houses, the total market size would be 2.7 billion. Finally, I want to have a very short show of our prototype and how it works.
We're out of time though. How quickly can you do that?
Like just in 2 minutes. Yeah. Here is. Can you see the website?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Here is the website of our prototype. The first is you can choose the university and the department you are going to. And next, you can choose like what method you would use, transport method you would use. Like here, we can choose like the bike or the scooter and the time you would like to take to get there. And then what facilities you would like to have. Here we can choose like the sports center and like also the cafe.
Okay.
And then it will come to the homepage. As I said, here is a map. Here will show like cycling like 10 minutes. Here would be the shadow. In this shadow, the neighborhood is all in our options.
Okay, and we're out of time. But
okay.
We got a chance to take a look at it, so thank you. Judges, do you have any questions? Dylan and then Aiden. Dylan, can you unmute? There you go.
Yeah. So you mentioned that mostly charging like 3 to 5% of the rental price. What is the value of actually closing the rental through your website? Because I could just find it and then maybe take it offline if I decide on a place with the landlord. Maybe they'd give me like a little discount to do it off the website. So how would you like make them close through the website so you can secure that revenue stream?
if I understand correctly, I mean, you say there is a risk that the customer and the house owners will make a deal offline, like don't use our platform. Am I understanding right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like because the customers we are now facing to is the students like overseas or like from other cities. They have no chance to meet offline. So they don't have the chance to have the trip view of the
Yeah.
houses.
I imagine they could just like chat though via email or something, or even like give each other their email through the site or whatever. So like, are you providing any incentive to like close it through your service? Like
Yeah,
maybe
I
like
have
doing the lease agreement or something, or maybe they would pay rent through here too. So it's like kind of like an aggregated service.
yeah, I'm thinking about like
So
the
this
main thing is how to build the trust from our users so they will not like get rid of us.
if
The
I
thing I'm thinking about is
let me answer.
yeah.
So the targeted ads we talked about, like the gym membership or the coffee shop ads. So like these are the targeted ads for the type of type of the user that will be renting the house. So let's say, for example, you are a gym brat and you choose a gym membership through our website, like a 30% or 40% discount on the annual membership. Then you have to go through, like you have to deal the house through our website only to avail like um, those privileges, like those discounts and those other offers that will be presented on our website.
Okay. Aiden, did you have a question?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I see your prototype and the idea that you basically you're aggregating a lot of different data sources. How, if this was a technology that was like plausible, like this technology is really some sort of like smart aggregator, because how would you scale, like in what possible way could you scale all the data that you have in here that you need to aggregate across all schools in all areas? Because it's all very different. The scraping is very intensive, and the conversion rate and how much money you get from customers is pretty low. So how do you, like, what's your plan of being, say, how can you take every university, find all this information, validate it, upload it? You're continually updating like this giant network of data entities, which like I've seen is not very successful. Like Zillow, the reason they don't do it is because there's such a churn at rental housing anyway. It's not worth that much for them to aggregate all this information because you can always just look it up. So how are you going to address scaling this to say, like, for example, this is for Hopkins, but imagine in New York City at Columbia, where are you maintaining transit maps that go out into like the suburbs, because it's way easier on public transportation there to get 30 like 10 20 miles away.
All right,
like
let's let them answer
what is
the
your
question.
plan for that?
Yeah, sure. This is also a thing we need to consider about the cost we need to spend on the data. Like so far we have not calculate carefully about how much we will spend on all the things we need to collect, all the data we need to collect. But like so far we will just collect all the data near the Johns Hopkins campus. And the data are already public on several websites, so we can download it for free. But as you mentioned, like if we want to do the business, like in all the universities, we need to know more details how to collect these data. Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah.
Adrian.
Yeah, so you mentioned that the business model would be based on charging a percentage commission on a real estate transaction. Are you aware, real estate is actually heavily regulated. Are you aware that you need a broker's license across the board, and have you, taken any steps to evaluate that regulatory requirement?
Excuse me, I'm not quite sure. Are you asking about like how can we make sure we can make the deal with the real estate agents?
Yeah, basically, so real estate agents have agreements with their brokerages, and for you to be able to charge for a percentage of the transaction in any state, you require a broker license within that state. So were you aware of that? Have you considered that? That's basically
something you guys have probably have not considered. Is that the answer? No, we have not considered it.
Yeah, we have not thought about that as of now because of this whole COVID situation. We could not get to talk to like real estate agents and other people.
Okay, so that's something for you guys to look into as you move forward. Thank you very much. We are out of time, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.